So I'm Jean-François Piolet from IFREMER, so the French Marine Research Organization, and I will talk about a service that we have been putting in place in GRIST, based on the OpenSearch API. So this service was designed within and defined within the RGTS task team, for which we will report the activities tomorrow. The implementation was done by my colleagues of IFREMER, and it was funded by Copernicus through EUMETSAT. So what is the issue with selecting a satellite data file? So we can see here, for instance, a map of the coverage from a METOP satellite over one day. And you can see that the data files that cover the globe are split into small granule files that cover a few minutes of data acquisition each. So you end up for a day with several hundreds of data files. And then for users, the challenge is to select the data files that would cover their area of interest within their time frame also of interest. So the idea of OpenSearch is to provide a selection mechanism to do that as a web service that can be carried by the users. And so it's OpenSearch is a standard for search over the internet. Prasanjit, it's a bit disturbing. And this protocol is also supported by many space agencies for their product selection, and therefore it has been selected by the GRIST RGTS as a common protocol for each GRIST data distributing center, so the DACs, to implement this service. So we had a presentation yesterday by Anne of how GRIST works, and so this is an overview of how the data distribution is handled in GRIST framework. So there are different data assembly centers that provide some data set. Some of them duplicate data sets, so some data set may be available at different DACs. And what is required from each data assembly center is to provide a set of services to access the data first, so through HTTP, FTP, or other protocols. Optionally, to provide a catalog of the data that they are holding in their centers, and an inventory of all the granule files that constitute a given data collection. And this is what is used for this OpenSearch service. So each of these DACs provide this kind of services, and at the GRIST on the GRIST website, so at central level, we have a shared catalog that provide all the data sets that are in GRIST compliant. So I will present this tomorrow, and we have also a single OpenSearch access point that is able to carry to each DAC to fetch a list of results corresponding to some user search criteria for a given data set. So time, again, time frame and geographical area. And to return to the user a consolidated results of all the files that have been found from each DAC, matching the query arguments. So this is how a request, an OpenSearch request to this central OpenSearch endpoints looks like. So this is the base URL of this service. And then you can specify the identifier of the dataset that you want to search the files for. So this is a data file as it is as it is provided in the GRIST catalog. You specify your time frame with the start and end time, and the bounding box of the geographical area of interest. It's a paginated system, so meaning that You specify also the number of results that you want for each page, and then you have to iterate through the different pages of results. So the interest of having this central OpenSearch access point is that you don't need to know exactly where the data are served on each DAC, because it will query the result from all the DACs connected to this OpenSearch endpoint. So it's simpler because it is a single access point for users. The syntax of the query and the response is unique, whereas for the individual DAX OpenSearch, there may be some different flavors in the syntax and in the response, but here this is really completely homogenized for all the DAX responses. All the results are returned from all the DAX at once to the user, and it is the result is returned as a XML or JSON format. So I will show how this result looks like for a query like this. So it doesn't display very well here, but basically here this is a JSON result that provides a list of granules that have been found for this query. For each granule, it provides some metadata information as the time coverage and the spatial coverage, and more importantly, it provides different links available to get these data. But to make life a bit easier, so we have written a tutorial which is available on the GRIST GitHub repository. So for those who wonder, there is a GRIST GitHub repository to share code, so related to the usage and of GRIST data. So if you have things to share, you can use that also. And I will quickly go through this Jupyter notebook that helps you to perform the kind of query I've shown just before, and more importantly, to decode the result in an easier way. So I will. This is a short version of this tutorial, but on Friday there will be also we'll use an extended version of this that completes the data search with download of the data, coding of the data, and so on. So for those who are attending next Friday's training session, this is what we will play with. So the notebook explains, provide first some codes to build the query I showed and to decode the result as a list of Python object. So you don't have to know the detail about this code just to use it. And the fun starts here. So if you want to search, for instance, for the AVR Sharer Metop data, you have to go to the central catalog that I will show tomorrow, and to get the product identifier that is displayed in this dataset page. Then, using the code I've just shown above, you put here the identifier of the dataset that you picked up from the catalog. You define the bounding box of your area of interest, the start and end time, and then you call the search function that we have provided in this Jupyter notebook. So in this example, you get a list of several hundred of results for one day.
Jean-François, 2 minutes, please.
Yeah. So this is how the result for one single granule looks like. So you have the URL of the name of the granule of the file, and the different URLs that are usable to download this file. So with the associated protocol, which may be FTP, HTTP, and others. You can use additional search criteria, so you can require, for instance, the result of one DAC only if you don't want, for instance, if data set is the same data set is provided by different DACs and you want to mix all these results and just want the result, let's say, from PODAC, for instance, you can filter this by using the provider DAC. In the same way, so if a DAC is not providing this data set, you will get an error as shown here. You can also select only the result for a given protocol. For instance, if you only want to use FTP protocol, you specify here protocol FTP, and you will only get the result for which an FTP link is available. Same for HTTP, and so on and so on. So as I said, next Friday we'll expand further from here and see how then we can connect that to actually downloading the data, displaying them, and playing with the data.
Jean-François, can you wrap up, please?
Yes, that's finished.
Thank you.